Joy White was 16 years old in 1987 when she found out she was pregnant by her then-boyfriend, 22-year-old Carl Tyson.
We sat and talked about it. She said she wanted to keep the baby. And then that's when we had to really sit down and talk to our parents.
I had to explain to my mother, what was going on. And she was upset at first, but she was very supportive throughout the whole thing.
It was a long pregnancy, running 2 weeks past the due date. By July 15th, Joy had had enough.
I got tired of being pregnant. So what I did was I walked all the way from 125th Street and Broadway, and I walked down to 34th Street. And then after that, I went into labor, and I had her.
She named the baby Carlina Renee White. The first name was for Carl. The second was Joy's middle name.
That was a wonderful feeling. Here's a little girl that I was going to raise, that I was be able to take to the park.
Joy brought the baby home to her mother's apartment in Harlem.
We all used to just stand there and look at her, talking about what a beautiful little girl.
Very pretty, always smiling, but she had some lungs on her. She used to cry a whole lot.
Joy was just learning to take care of her baby when Carlina spiked a high fever, 104 degrees. On the evening of August 4th, Joy and Carl rushed their 19-day-old baby to the emergency room at Harlem Hospital where she had been born. The doctors found that Carlina had swallowed some fluid during the delivery, and now she had an infection.
I was upset because, that was my baby, and she was sick, and then when they told me that they have to keep her, I was really, upset.
As Joy cried in the hallway outside the pediatric ward, a woman dressed in white comforted her.
She came up to me, she seen me crying, and she came up to me and said, "Don't cry, here's a piece of tissue, don't worry, everything is going to be okay." And she kind of made me feel better, at the time, because I was so upset I didn't know what to do.
Joy decided to head home to clean up and get a little rest.
I'm 16 years old, I'm a young girl. I didn't know any better at the time. I think the hospital was safe.
She fell asleep, but not for long.
Someone knocked on the door, and there was 2 detectives standing at the door. I said, "Carlina died?" He said, "No." He said, "Somebody took her from the hospital." So I called Joy. I said, "Joy?" And she came run up here. I said, "Somebody done took Carlina." She couldn't believe it. She was hollering, "Oh no, not my baby."
I get this phone call. Get on the phone, Joy in the background crying, "Carl, someone's throwing out baby." I said, "What are you talking about?"
I ran to the hospital. They had detectives all over the place. They had helicopters. They had sniffing dogs. They had, it was everybody out there. Nobody couldn't tell me anything.